this video, we're going to continue on working with the LevelBlue OSSIM open source SIEM, and we are going to be focused on configuring the mapping feature that it has. So let me show you what we're looking at here. Let me log in. So you'll see here in the assets and groups area, for example, when you add an asset to the asset listing, you have the option of inputting the location of the asset, the geographical location. So as you can see, this doesn't work. It errors out. And another example is in the Open Threat Exchange area. Once you create an account, that activates the mapping feature, which also doesn't work in its current state. So what we'll need to do is two things. First thing, these are prerequisites. We'll need to go to the Google developer site here and generate an API key for Google Maps. And that page looks like this. This will step you through the whole process, and you'll be able to create the key through here. This is not going to be, we're not going to do this here. We're just going to go through the configuration process inside the SIEM. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this site, which is OTX AlienVault.com. That's the Open Threat Exchange website. We're going to create our key for using this service. So let me go back into the SIEM here. So if we go to configuration, go to Open Threat Exchange, in that AlienVault site, you'll be creating this OTX key, which will be entered here. And once you connect, this service will be used within this SIEM, and the map and everything that I showed you previously will be active and will interact with this service. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to minimize this, and I'll put the URLs here are going to be in the description of the video too, so you don't have to try and write this down word for word from the screen here, which is a waste of time. So let's go ahead and minimize this, and let's begin. Okay, so at this stage we should have our Google Maps API key generated and our OTX key generated, the Open Threat Exchange key that was created in the AlienVault site that we talked about earlier. And let's see, so just to give some context around what we're doing here, we'll go to Environments, or Environment, Assets, Groups, and let's open up one of these assets, and we'll see that this is not functioning. And the reason for that is it's using the default invalid key that comes with the installation, the Google Maps API key. You can see that here. We'll go to Inspect, go to Console, and down here, this is showing that we're using this key, which is the default key installation. Okay, as I said earlier, let's move on. Let me close this, and let me minimize this. Next step will be to secure shell into our SIEM. When you secure shell into the SIEM, it will bring you up to a menu that looks like this after you successfully connected. What we need to do here is go to Jailbreak to get to the command prompt. Yes, and we have a shell started. Our next step will be to go to the location where the SIEM's installation files or configuration files are located. So that would be user share awesome, enter. And there will be two files in this area that we'll be focused on. The first one will be geo_autocomplete.js, and that will be under www/js. We'll just go there, www, and then we'll cd to JS, and we'll see the file that we need here. So let's go ahead and open that. So we'll do a VI and then geo_autocomplete.js, enter. And you'll see here, this is the Google Maps API key that we looked at in the error message a minute ago. This is one of the locations where this old invalid key is being used. So first thing we need to do is do a YYP to duplicate this line. Do an escape. We'll do an insert and a // to comment out that first entry, and we will do escape, move to the second line, and we'll X out this old key. And we will insert the new API key. So we'll do an I, insert, set insert, so we'll do a okay, and then I'll comment this out in or no, not comment it out, but blur it out so it's not available to everybody. This is an individually generated key. So, all right, we've set that key, all good. So we'll do an escape right quit, enter. And our next step will be to go to back up 2 levels and go into the include folder. And then the classes folder. So let's go ahead and do an ls here. And the file we're interested in here is called avmaphelper, which is here. So let's do a vi, enter, and we'll scroll down here. And we will need to basically do the same thing we did earlier in the previous file. So there's a hard-coded entry using the old the default file that came with there, the default key that came with the installation, and it's located inside of a binary file. And I can't edit it to adjust it. So it's basically reading that key inside of that file, and it's I've looked everywhere for a way to change it and edit it and make it read the new key, and it doesn't work. So what we need to do here is let's do a YYP again. We'll do a insert at the top line and do a // to comment out the first entry. Do an escape, go down to here, and we are going to X out all of this information, and we are going to X out this Google Maps key entry. Right now, at this point, we need to insert our own key, and we have to do it manually by hand again in this file. It doesn't copy and paste very well, so bear with me. So we'll do an insert. It's already set, so okay, so we've entered our new key. We should be good. Let's do an escape, right quit, and now we'll go into our VirtualBox VM. Let's go ahead and log into our console here. Actually, it doesn't matter. We can go here and we'll just do I'm just going to reboot the SIEM here. It's much easier. Now let's go ahead and start it up again. Normal start, and I will pause while this starts up. Okay, and we're back up again. So I went out to the VM to reboot this SIEM. Did the reboot from there, but normally you would just go down to here and do a reboot there instead of the way I did. Either way works, but this would probably be the normal best practice way. So we are up and running. Let's go ahead and go to our browser and log in. See what we get. And let's go ahead and check out our assets and groups section. Let's go here, and there we go. There's our map. So what we do here to set our geolocation, and you would normally do this if this were operational. You would normally do this as you added your asset, but we're doing this after the fact. So we would do an edit, and let's type in New York, New York. That'll put in the lat lon for New York, New York, or New York City, and that will be populated properly, and we'll be able to save it eventually. Yeah, this just rebooted it. I'm using the same system resources that I used in the first video, so we still have the same slowness. Okay, and there we are. We've set our location, our asset location, and you can zoom in and do all this other stuff that you want to do. If you want to get down to the details of where your device is located, you can also do a satellite view, and you can do a full screen view. There you go, woohoo, there you are. Let's go ahead and minimize this, and so we're set on the asset location feature. So our next step will be to go to the Open Threat Exchange and configure the mapping feature there. Okay, so now we're going to enter the OTX key that we generated before. So let's go ahead and put our new key in that field and hit connect. And this is kind of flaky, so I don't know what's going on here, but I'm going to do a refresh. And there is our key successfully activated. So it normally doesn't behave like that, but for some reason it is this time. Okay, so our next step will be to go to the dashboard, Open Threat Exchange, and at the bottom here you'll see the map associated with the Open Threat Exchange service, and we will be able to, it takes a while for this to populate once that, with whatever data that it imports, the OTX, so we're not going to see anything right now, but it will display locations of their events that they populate this page with. So anyway, mess with that when that's available, and that's about it. All right, I think we're done. As always, subscribe, like my videos. I think this one's useful. I looked everywhere to try and find a solution for this with no success, so I ended up going through it myself, which is good, fun, exciting, and the stuff that I like to do, so it was no big deal. I just, in the beginning, didn't want to reinvent the wheel, but ended up having to walk through it myself anyway. So I think this is useful. This is something that I haven't seen online clearly demonstrated, setting up this mapping feature. So I hope you like it. Again, like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you.